Welcome back, everyone, to the Affirm Opulence Podcast. We're on episode 12, and today we're going to continue our journey through Wattles, The Science of Getting Rich. So get ready for a deep dive into Chapter 12, Efficient Action. I'm really excited to unpack how this all ties into crafting powerful affirmations for an opulent life.
Yeah, this chapter is really interesting, It goes beyond just thinking about affirmations at a surface level. You'll find that Wattles connects this idea of efficient action to the power of affirmations, basically showing us that it's not just about positive thinking, right? It's about aligning our actions with our thoughts.
Yeah, that's so true. I think a lot of times we can get caught up in just kind of like repeating affirmations without actually putting in the work. But Wattles really emphasizes that action is crucial, right? He even says that right action is essential for right thinking.
He does, and it's a really powerful concept when you think about how you're crafting your affirmations. You can actually use affirmations to motivate yourself to take those right actions.
Okay, I'm already seeing where this is going. So let's dive into some of the key ideas from the chapter and see how we can apply these to creating those really powerhouse affirmations. So Wattles talks about this idea of filling your present place. What exactly does he mean by that?
So, in the book, Waddle says that you can advance only by being larger than your present place. So essentially what he's saying is that to move forward, you need to fully embrace and excel in your current situation. It's about giving your best to whatever you're doing right now, whether it's, a job or a relationship or even a simple task.
So it's about being present and fully committed to what's right in front of you, not just daydreaming about the future.
Exactly. It's about taking those small, consistent actions that build upon each other. And that creates this momentum that propels you towards your goals.
It's a snowball effect. I remember you mentioned that on a previous episode.
Yes. You're catching on. Every small action, every step you take in the right direction, it adds to that momentum, just like a snowball rolling down a hill. And the more consistent you are with those actions, the bigger and more powerful that snowball becomes.
Okay, so how do we connect this idea of filling our present place to actually creating affirmations?
Well, think of it this way. Instead of just affirming for a future state, like I am wealthy, you can create affirmations that encourage present action aligned with that goal. So something like, I am taking inspired action every day to build my wealth.
I love that. So it's not just about affirming the end result, but affirming the actions that will get you there. It's about creating affirmations that inspire you to actually do the work, to fill your present place with those efficient actions.
Exactly. Yeah, and that leads us beautifully into another important point that Wattles makes in this chapter, this idea that success is cumulative. He writes, every act is, in fact, a success or a failure. Now, that might sound a little intense, but think about it this way.
You mean like every choice we make, every action we take, it's either moving us closer to our goals or further away.
Exactly. And if you can start to see each day as a series of successes, even those small ones, that snowball of positive momentum really starts to build.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. But I think sometimes it's hard to see those small wins.
Yeah.
Especially when you're focused on a big, ambitious goal.
Yeah, and that's where affirmations come in again. They can really help you shift your focus to those small, efficient actions that are moving you in the right direction. So instead of getting overwhelmed by the big picture, you can use affirmations to celebrate those daily successes, to acknowledge the progress you're making.
So for example, instead of just affirming, I am living in my dream home, you could affirm, I am consistently saving money towards my dream home. Or, I am taking steps every day to attract the perfect home into my life.
Yeah. That's a great example. You're essentially breaking down that big goal into smaller, more manageable steps, and then using affirmations to acknowledge and celebrate those steps. It's like giving yourself a little pat on the back each time you move closer to that opulent vision.
I love that. It's like training your brain to see the progress, to focus on the positive and keep that momentum going.
Exactly. And that's a really powerful way to use affirmations. Now, Wattles also talks about the importance of efficiency in our actions. It's not just about taking action, it's about taking the right action, the action that will yield the greatest results, he says.
Oh, you must use your thought as directed in previous chapters and begin to do what you can do where you are. And you must do all that you can do where you are.
Yes. He's really driving home the point that efficient action is essential for success. And this applies to our affirmations as well. We need to be mindful of the words we use and the intentions behind them.
So it's not about just repeating any old affirmation. It's about crafting affirmations that are aligned with our goals and that inspire us to take those efficient actions.
Precisely. You want your affirmations to be clear, concise, and focused on the specific actions that will move you towards your desired outcome. So, for example, instead of just affirming, I am attracting abundance, you could affirm, I am attracting high-paying clients with ease.
So the key here is to be specific and action-oriented with our affirmations.
Yes. You want to create affirmations that prime your mind for action, that make you feel motivated and energized to go out and make things happen. And that leads us to another interesting point that Wattles makes, the idea of making each act a success.
Oh, what does he say about that? This is getting really good.
Well, he writes, do each act in a successful manner. Put the power and the purpose of success into it. Essentially, he's suggesting that even the most mundane tasks can be infused with purpose and intention.
So it's not just about what you do, it's about how you do it.
Exactly. It's about bringing that mindset of success to everything you do, no matter how big or small the task. And you can use affirmations to help you with this. Before you start any task, take a moment to visualize the desired outcome. Repeat your affirmation with conviction and really feel that sense of purpose and success.
So for example, if you're working on a project at work, you could take a moment to visualize the project being completed successfully and affirm, I am completing this project with excellence and efficiency.
Yeah, that's a great example. You're essentially setting yourself up for success by aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with the desired outcome. And this is where the power of affirmations really shines. They can help you stay focused, motivated, and inspired to take those efficient actions that lead to real results.
You know, I think this is one of the things I love most about studying the science of getting rich. It's not just about manifesting wealth. It's about personal growth and development. It's about becoming the best version of ourselves and living a life of purpose and fulfillment.
That's a beautiful insight, and I completely agree. Wattles' work is timeless because it speaks to the universal desire for growth, expansion, and abundance in all areas of life. And the principles that he outlines can be applied to anything you want to achieve.
Wow, this has been such an eye-opening conversation. I feel like we've really dug deep into the connection between efficient action and creating powerful affirmations.
It really is amazing how Wattles just weaves all these concepts together. And, there's one more powerful tool that he mentions that ties into all of this, visualization.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
He talks about using our leisure time to visualize our desired reality. It's almost like we're mentally rehearsing for the opulent life we want to create.
Yeah, he even says, you must form a clear and definite mental picture of what you want. It's about seeing it, feeling it, and believing it with absolute certainty.
And this is where the connection to formless substance comes in, right? Yeah. Wattles' idea that there's this creative energy that responds to our thoughts and beliefs. He says the formless substance receives the impression of your thoughts and forms itself into the things you think about.
Exactly. So when we combine that clear visualization with powerful affirmations, we're essentially sending a strong, focused message to the universe about what we want to manifest.
Okay, so for our listeners who are ready to start crafting affirmations that really pack a punch, what are some key things to keep in mind?
Well, first and foremost, your affirmations should be aligned with the principles that we've been discussing today. They should be action-oriented, specific, and infused with that energy of success.
So instead of just saying, I am wealthy, you might affirm, I am taking inspired action every day to build my wealth.
Exactly. And remember to make those affirmations personal and meaningful to you. Think about what truly resonates with you, what gets you excited and motivated. Let those feelings guide your words.
I love that. It's not about just repeating generic affirmations. It's about creating affirmations that really speak to your soul, that ignite that passion and propel you toward your unique vision of opulence.
Yes, you got it. And don't forget to incorporate those visualizations. Spend time each day really picturing yourself living that opulent life. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the sense of accomplishment.
Perfect. Okay, so to wrap up our deep dive into Chapter 12, let's bring it all together for our listeners. What are some key takeaways that they can start implementing today?
So remember, Wattles emphasizes filling your present place, giving your all to whatever you're doing right now. Every action is a success or a failure. Choose to make each act a success by infusing it with purpose and intention.
And use those affirmations to supercharge those actions. Affirmations can inspire you, they can motivate you, and they can help you stay focused on your goals.
Combine those affirmations with vivid visualizations, and you create a powerful formula for manifesting that opulent life you desire.
This has been such a powerful episode. I hope our listeners feel inspired and empowered to take action and create the life of their dreams.
And we'd love to hear about your journeys. Share your experiences with affirmations and efficient action on our social media channels.
And don't forget to tune in next time for another deep dive into the science of getting rich. Until then, keep those affirmations flowing and those actions efficient.
Here's to your opulent success.